have more than 10 minutes of my presentation to represent today, but the issues that we are looking at this key session of the Far Eastern Forum are very important. The mineral resource recovery base will be the driver for the development of the Far Eastern region. And I would like to say that Russia has unique competitive advantages in this respect. It is one of the leading countries in the resources of mineral resources globally. Within the last 5 years, we have achieved positive results in expanding recovery of titanium, molybdenum, wolfram, nickel, and golden ore. And the growth in golden ore is most important. The volume of recovery last year of Russia in golden ore reached the 3rd place in the world. As far as the Far East is concerned, there is a multitude of hard mineral resources such as gold, silver, tin, and diamonds. And we, in the Ministry of Natural resources, are the key regulators in this area. The areas for recovery is one of the most important tools for the development of the region, and therefore we are conducting auctions and tenders. We have been conducting auctions and tenders within the 8 past months of this year, and we have reached high results. Currently, we see the shift of the function of the regulator, I mean Rosnedra and the Ministry of Natural Resources, towards the functions of administration of the usage of mineral resources. Within the coming year, 2016, we have planned a number of auctions and tenders for areas of alluvial gold fields and tin fields in such a high risk area as research and survey, geological survey. The participation of the government and state authorities is highly important. So therefore, the state is actively participating in creating certain mechanisms for risk aversion, such as participating in PPPs. We have also singled out the centers for growth, specializing in certain mineral resources. Within this macro region, starting from 2015-2016, the volume of capital investment has grown up to 40%. From the total volume of state financing for the research of hard ores, hard mineral resources. The measures are taken in expanding the railroad and transportation hubs, which will allow to raise the investment attractiveness of the region. We are synchronizing the levels of recovery and the levels of processing industries. Also, we have launched a mechanism of such as the Fund for the Development and fund and special agencies in attracting foreign investments. It's important to note that we have experienced a number of challenges within the past year, such as the deterioration of the capital base and monopolization of the industry, which is resonating with the increasing difficulty on the international arena. All these problems have affected the geological industry, and therefore the subsidies have decreased from 35 billion to 28 billion rubles on the state federal level. And we anticipate the decrease of private investments in the area. One of our targets, one of the main tasks, is to maintain the level which we had been able to achieve in the previous years. And I'm going to say a few words on what we are going to do in that respect. The first point is to support and maintain a recovery of mineral resources on the sites which are already active. And despite the fact that we have a serious geological survey of other areas, the priority is given to the regions which have already established the necessary industrial output level. And the second is organization of geological survey and attracting foreign investments. In trying to maintain the recovery of mineral resources on the sites which had been launched previously, we in 2014 have declined from using expert assessment of a project documentation for drilling sites. We have allowed for the correction of technical mistakes in licenses, allowing also for the usage of a subsurface and subsurface areas and mineral resources for recultivation. Also, we have allowed to build quarries within the areas of forests. Previously, we had certain problems in launching the quarries due to the necessary licensing. We have introduced tax holidays for the Far East and Siberia, and also we have allowed for easy payment of installment payments. Also introducing benefits on taxes for the extraction of mineral resources. Also, in 2015, we have introduced guarantees for receiving extraction licenses in the Baltic Sea. and have improved the turnover of geological information and created a single fund data center for geological information. We are also planning to introduce a system of a tax for financial results, on the financial results. We're also working on creating a more flexible taxation system together with the tax authorities. The current year will also be determined by employing a new classification of mineral resources on VS and TPI. We hope that this classification will be introduced and will start operating within the coming year. We are also working on the new classification of hard mineral resources, which will be published in the current period. We are also expanding the number of sites which can be situated in forest areas. A draft law which considers the status of licenses and the order of licenses has been introduced. And you know that we have adopted a rule on expanding the forest area within a particular period of time, and another draft law is under preparation. We're also working on the rules of field development. We feel that the rules of the development of fields have to be very concrete and precise. As far as geological survey is concerned, we are working on the regulatory basis. We have established the order of payments. Also, the usage of servitude for the residents of the Russian Federation in alleviating the rules of the usage of land. We have also elaborated and adopted a flexible system of payments. All this will allow to attract investments for the development of the fields. We have also made a very serious step in the direction on the consolidation of enterprises within governmental ownership, within a single state holding, Rosgeologia. Rosgeologia will represent a consolidation of private and public funds, and will monitor both the geological survey and the recovery of resources. We are planning also to focus on improving the institutional base, the administrative base of in the area of geological survey. Everyone understands that the current system is outdated and needs to be reformed. We have been able to adopt a law which allows upon the assessment of mineral resources to assess the area of land and give it a federal status. The difference, the main characteristics of our ideas are the following. We we are going to use a different system of taxation. It will be increased by 3.5 times for the Far East and by 2.5 times for the central regions of Russia, creating certain incentives for increasing the volume of production. A number of innovations have been introduced into the law on the geological survey in the Crimea, and we are working on a new tool of incentivizing production on the shore. And also, the main steps that we are taking right now lie in the regulatory basis, in introducing amendments into the laws, and also working on the in the area of technical deployment of fields, working on the rights for recovery of not only the direct mineral resources, but the supporting mineral resources. Also introducing a number of amendments into the laws on mineral wealth, especially in the recovery of alluvial gold. We're focusing on the social aspect of these laws and rights for individual entrepreneurs, in aiding them to receive licenses for the recovery of alluvial gold for not more than 10 kilos per person. And also we're working on giving Rosgeologia the right on investment technologies and innovation technologies. In that respect, Rosgeologia will become a center for innovative technology for the development of hard recovery minerals. Now, as far as the junior trend is concerned, development of the junior trend is concerned, the ministry has passed a decree number 37, which allows for the usage of the mineral resources. Every applicant has the first right to claim an area not more than 100 kilometers, not more than 3 plots per one applicant, with the resources not higher than P1, P2, P3 category. In 2014, we have evidenced the increase of the activity of users of wealth, natural resource wealth. And within the last year, we have received more than 78 applications for the development of plots for mineral wealth recovery. There's of course an interest in this area, which will bring forward the new positive results of geological survey, and the positive result of such amendments will be quite evident.
I would like to add that an important element in subsurface use is control on compliance with license obligations, and our federal agency works on this control and monitoring. And of course, if there are some people or companies who abuse their position, there is notice that this abuse should be stopped, and if the violations are not over, then a decision is made to withdraw the license. This results in the decrease in the number of violations, we carried out an analysis of the causes why subsurface users commit those violations. That happens both for objective and subjective reasons, which is why, in accordance with the decree of the government and the president, there is the update of the legislation, which is supposed to be over on the 31st of December 2016. And as part of this process of updating the licenses, we want to ensure the stable and transparent subsurface use in the interest of the Russian Federation. Secondly, we are going to ensure the development of exploration of the mineral resources of the country. Thank you very much.